What's going on, everybody? It's your man Cleveland Terry, and today we're going to be talking about the Tidal streaming service new in Serato DJ Pro 2.1. In my last video, we talked about SoundCloud Go and the benefits and problems that I saw with that streaming service. In my comment section, people have talked about how, well, Tidal does this and Tidal does that better. So I figured if I'm going to talk about one, I need to talk about the other. So today we're going to talk about Tidal. So you guys ready? Let's go. Okay, so just like in SoundCloud Go, in your settings, you need to move over to your streaming service. It says show streaming service, Tidal or SoundCloud. I need to mention right now that you only have the option to use one streaming service. You can't use both. So if I click on Tidal, SoundCloud goes away, it becomes inactive. If I click on SoundCloud, Tidal becomes inactive. Not that too many people are going to be using multiple streaming services, but there is a possibility that that's going to happen. And I find it weird that they're limiting your ability to use both services. If you're paying for the service, you should be able to use both services. Maybe that'll come in an upgrade. Maybe it won't ever come in an upgrade. So for now, it's one service at a time. So let's click over to Tidal. And as you can see, there's a couple different options within Tidal. Streaming quality. You have high and you have hi-fi. High AAC is the one that comes with the $9.99 package. The hi-fi FLAC is the one that comes with the $19.99 package. So you need to be aware of that. If you're trying to do a whole bunch of super high quality music, then you have to pay for the higher tier. I'm only using the lower tier, the high AAC. I'm sure it's fine. We'll see. All right, let's go back down to the app. And just like in SoundCloud, it creates its own little playlist for you that you can see. I got nothing in my playlist, obviously. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do Uproar first. Uproar. Now, right off the bat, Uproar has multiple edits, but specifically, there is a Uproar and an Uproar explicit, which means that there are dirty versions and there are clean versions. The clean versions are the ones that don't have explicit by them. This is a winner in my book. All right, so let's take a look. We got Uproar right here. Let's play this bad boy. Just like last time, I'm sure I can skip ahead all the way to the end. Speed's really, really good. Okay, so you can set your cue points just like normal. You can do your effects. Effects work. All the real-time functions work. Let's click on Single Ladies. Now, I don't think we're gonna have a problem with Single Ladies considering Beyonce is a part of Tidal. So there we go, Single Ladies right here. Straight up, done. Loading up right now. Took about, 2 seconds to load up. Well, this is interesting. All right, so that's a live version. I don't see anything on here that tells you that it is a live version. Here's another Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It. And let's go to that one. Again, loaded up super fast. Okay, so this is the original. Everything looks good. I can skip ahead. All right, we're good. Oh, by the way, in my last video, I talked about playing Flowrider Low just as an example of the system. And somebody commented, LOL, you play Flowrider on an event. Which I replied, yes, and I play a whole bunch of other music. If you think it's funny that somebody's playing music that people want to hear because you won't play and you're too, highbrow to play music that you don't particularly like anymore, well then you're not a good DJ. A good DJ is gonna play for the crowd. He's gonna read the crowd and give the crowd what they want and what they need to keep on dancing. So sometimes you gotta play music that you don't necessarily like. And that's just the part of being a DJ. If you can't play music you don't like, you're not a DJ. Sorry. You gotta learn to love everything you play. And just because you play that song every damn time doesn't mean that it's any worse to that client you're playing for. We're not all playing club settings, okay? And to be honest with you, club settings are cool, but the money ain't in club settings. The money's in private events. So once you learn that, you'll be a better DJ. All right, back to this. I'm good so far. Like I said, I really like the fact that there is explicit versions and clean versions. They can't be ignored. That is really, really important in DJing. I don't know why SoundCloud doesn't have that. I think we're still lacking intros. Is it the end all? No. You know what I'm gonna do right now? So I'm gonna take a beat. We're just gonna see if this is even possible.
Now let me see you.
All right, we're gonna take this.
Now let me see you.
We're gonna take the other one. All right. All right, let's try to do a flip on this. All right, here we go. Okay, so that's that. It looks like I'm good. So now I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna go into something else. I'll go into my just normal intro one. All right, I'm gonna go back to that one. And it looks like my flip is still there. So let's do this. Okay. My flips are still there, so that's super dope. Curious, if I were to go back to SoundCloud, currently loaded streaming tracks will be ejected. Yes, so I'm gonna go to SoundCloud now. Now I'm in SoundCloud. I'm gonna go back to Tidal, and I just wanna see if the tracks will remain there. In my feelings. And the one that I played is still there. Let's load it up. The flip is still there. So, all right, I'm good. Okay, now we know that everything's good. So far, Tidal's looking real strong. Now let's do what we did last time. Let's go to a weaker data signal. Here we go. Here, so now we're gonna, all right. So we are good. Well, this is actually very interesting. While flip works, it's great if you have a strong data connection. But if you have a weak connection, and let's say you start at the end of the song with the flip because there's no intro beat in the beginning, it's not gonna work. So take a look at this. This is what I'm talking about. So right now, on the weak connection, I don't have any music. The WAV file is there. It's going through the motions. And then because it's already streamed the beginning part, we're good. That's really, really interesting. It won't necessarily work in Tidal or SoundCloud Go if you have a weak connection. Now I need to clarify something about this weak connection thing, because I had a couple of people talking about how I don't have this problem where I am and everything is fine what I do, and it's like, that's great, but the reality is you're not always in the same spots. Maybe you are, but a lot of other DJs aren't. So if we're not in the same spot, we need to be prepared for whatever situation is going to happen. And that could mean that you got a weak connection, you got no connection, or you have amazing connection, or the connection drops out. You ever DJ'd in a nightclub down below in the basement? You ever DJ'd on the rooftop of a hotel? You ever DJ'd in a house party in the canyons? These are all scenarios where data reception can be really, really limited. And if that venue doesn't have the Wi-Fi that you need, you were out of luck. So don't take it personal when I say these things. Don't take it to heart like, you know, I'm hurting you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to inform you. I read all the comments, all of them. Some are fantastic. Some are clearly from people who have not watched the entire video. That's probably the most frustrating part of all. If you're gonna make a comment, watch the video first. But hey, you do what you gotta do, it's your prerogative. Maybe you only have 5 seconds to live and you just wanted to watch my video. Cool, I'm all good. So let's go back to this. Let's go back real quick. Now we know that Tidal has the obviously clean versions. I'm not seeing any intros, but it could just be the songs that I'm looking for. Maybe there are intros. Maybe it's something that they're gonna do. I think Tidal definitely has more of a mature platform. I think that they want to take over this industry, and they're doing a lot of things. They're listening to what people complain about, because Tidal in itself, I can't really complain about what Tidal does. I'm an Apple Music guy, so it'd be nice if Apple Music would get on the train here. But in the meantime, if you were looking for a streaming service that would give you the most music, that would give you the best quality, clean and dirty versions of songs, I think at this moment, Tidal's the way to go. If Apple Music comes in, I think it's a toss-up. But right now, if you had to choose between SoundCloud and Tidal, because you just had to have a streaming service, go with Tidal. I think Tidal is your best bet. Now, of course, if you go with Tidal versus SoundCloud, you're not going to have access to those SoundCloud producers out there that are starting to make a name for themselves. I mean, Extentation, however you pronounce his name, his music was 100% only on SoundCloud. He made all his money off of SoundCloud. You couldn't find his music anywhere else besides YouTube, maybe. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of new hip hop and rap, all genres, but a lot of hip hop and rap people that are coming out, making a name for themselves on SoundCloud that aren't necessarily going to be on Tidal or Apple Music. So you need to be aware of that. You need to find some way of being able to get that music into your platform. Another comment that came through last time was about the fact that even if it takes 40 seconds, there's no person out there that can't wait for 40 seconds to get their song. Clearly, you were only working nightclubs. Because in nightclubs, you can tell somebody, yeah, I'm going to play it, and you can never play it. But if you're working a private event, and let's just say you're playing a song, the bride, the client's not really feeling. They're going to walk right up to you and say, hey, you know what? Can you change this song? Can you put this on? This is my favorite song. And once you tell them yes, they're expecting that song within the next minute or so. They're not expecting to wait 5-10 minutes for you to do anything. Once your client asks you for something, that little timer in their head is there. And as long as they're on the dance floor, the next song they expect to come off is the song they asked for. So if you don't play that song, you're putting yourself in a situation. And yeah, you can say, hold on, give me a minute. I got this mix I'm going to do for all these songs that, you're going to love. But they don't care. Okay. They want to hear their song when they want to hear it. So keep that in mind. If you're in a nightclub, this ain't an issue. You can tell people, sure, yeah, give me a few minutes, and they will wait. In a private event setting, no. Another thing that is required in order to use any of the streaming services is a high-speed connection. Yes, I know Serato says that you need a high-speed connection in order to utilize these applications, but let's be real here. These are DJs we're talking about. Do DJs even read? I mean, in all honesty, I know tons of people where Serato said, don't update to the newest Mac software. Don't update to, High Sierra or Mojave. And I'm getting calls from DJs left and right saying, hey, my system isn't working. The hardware is not seeing the software. What do I do? 9 times out of 10, did you update your software? Yeah, well, that's why. Oh, really? I didn't know. People do not read anymore. So the fact that they come out with the service that's supposed to make your life easier, they have to realize, and they meaning Serato, when you release a product to the masses, you have to release that product to the lowest common denominator, meaning the people that don't read, meaning the people that don't have super high-speed connections. Maybe they just have a midline connection. Maybe it's just okay. Maybe they're using their phones to DJ. These people are the ones that are going to complain once the system doesn't work the way they thought it would. So I'm only approaching this from a baseline of, some people don't have super speed connections like I do at my office. Sometimes it's just okay. So keep that in mind. Okay, guys, I've taken up too much of your time. It is Christmas Eve or Christmas Day whenever you see this video. But make sure that you go ahead and hit that like button if you found it useful. If you're feeling what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. Also follow me on Cleveland Terry _ Twitter, Instagram, all the same. On Facebook, it's just Cleveland Terry. You guys, always a pleasure. If I don't talk to you later, we'll talk soon. Merry Christmas. See you in a couple days. Peace.